Welcome to Trader UK, where we discuss money management and how to grow your wealth. Today I'm doing a walkthrough and tutorial of the Trading 212 stock trading platform. The walkthrough is aimed at beginner level investors who want to invest in companies and possibly in funds. We won't be going into any detail that would interest experienced traders or day traders. If you are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe now so I can keep you up to date with all future content. I'm always reviewing different trading platforms, reviewing different investment products. So if you have an interest in investing, then hit the subscribe button now. Now, Trading 212 is what you would consider a free stock trading platform. They don't charge a commission for executing buy or sell orders for their users. It's currently available for users in the UK and throughout Europe, with somewhere in the region of 14 million downloads. It's a very well established platform. So the sign up process was very straightforward. The usual security questions you would expect: provide a national insurance number, and away you go. But you can tell straight away everything is thought through. Even in the sign up process, the app itself feels very smooth. Although for the purposes of this tutorial, I'm actually going to be using the desktop version, which everyone has access to, but all the features are the same. You may just find the layout slightly different to the app. Once you sign into your account, this is the screen that you'll be greeted by. This is a live trading account with real money. So for the purposes of the walkthrough, I'm going to switch across to a practice account, which everyone has built in, and it gives you access to £50,000 balance to practice trading in real conditions, which is a really useful feature. It's really important if you do start trading, start using a new platform, you're new to investing, that you practice buying and selling with that new platform so you're completely confident in the process, how it works. This practice account gives you the perfect opportunity to do this without risking your own money. It also gives you the chance to see if you really like the app before you start depositing funds and buying and selling shares. So you can see in the top right hand corner, you have the orange circle with ISA in the middle. If you tap on this, you can switch between different accounts, and it gives you the options here. Each account will come with, or each user will have access to, the CFD account in the middle there in blue, which is more for advanced users who want to leverage money, more money than you actually have. For beginners, probably something I would stay away from initially. Obviously, if you're playing with more money than you actually have, then you have the chance of losing more money than you actually have. I would tend to stick with the two below this. You have the orange, the invest account, which is a standard investor account where you can invest in companies and different funds with zero commission charge. And finally, you have the ISA account, which will allow you to keep your investments wrapped up in an ISA, which can generate dividend income, capital gains, tax-free, up to a maximum of £20,000 each year. You'll obviously need to consider your own personal circumstance before selecting this option, as some people already use their ISA allowance elsewhere. But if you're not, then you may want to use this account type, as it's still a completely free option. And to switch between the accounts, all you need to do is click on the one that you want to use. You will have the free accounts as standard if you're from the UK. Each user will have access to all three of these. This could be different in some European countries, as they may not have the same ISA accounts. To switch to the practice account, you just need to scroll down to the bottom and you'll find a button saying switch to practice. Once you do that, you'll then be trading with £50,000 of practice funds whilst we get used to the app. And whilst you're in practice mode, a really useful feature, the markets will continue to trade over the weekends. Of course, it's just a simulation, but it allows you to keep practicing, which is a really nice feature. Now in the top right corner, you can see I'm in my investing account rather than my ISA account, and I'm in practice mode there. Starting from the top left hand side, you'll see the option to switch back to real money, and then below this you have your watch list. You can select any of these watch lists on the left hand side. What they've done is organize the products into different sections for you, so these come as standard. For example, they have fractional shares where you can invest from $1, even if the share price is 2,000 per share, you can buy a fraction of that share. You have popular shares, US companies, UK companies, a number of different industries. And then at the bottom, if you click on new watch list, then you can create your own. So if you want to create a watch list of products that have been mentioned on the Trader UK YouTube channel, you can do that here. And then click on add instruments to add products to that particular watch list. A couple of products that I've mentioned recently on the channel would be avocado. So if you tick on the blue tick, you can then add to the Trader UK watch list. And I also mentioned Marston's Brewery, so let's have a search for them. Again, click on the plus sign, add to the Trader UK watch list. And then if we move back to the home screen, under the Trader UK watch list, which we're currently on, we have Marston's and Ocado. If you click on the three lines with the three dots as well, this will allow you to edit your watch list. So you can remove products by clicking on the red cross, or you can switch view as well. If you're happy to just have the name of the product and the price, then you can leave it on list. If you want standard, it will also show you the daily chart and the daily movement. Now if we move on to the center of the screen, you can see the performance chart here. This is the daily performance chart for McDonald's at the moment. If you want to change company, you can simply click on the name on the tab to the left hand side, and we now have the chart for Ocado. I'll close the McDonald's chart and we'll use Ocado as our example. And the charts that are provided by Trading 212 are pretty advanced compared to the other platforms I've used. You have the usual features like clicking the minus sign, you're zooming out and then looking at a bigger date range, and the plus sign will let you zoom in and look at a smaller date range, things that we're used to seeing on other platforms. You'll also see a quick link to buy shares. The blue button will take you straight through to buy shares in the Ocado group. And 1D, the time period. If you click on this one, it will give you a few options here. So currently we have 1 day selected. And you can see on the chart that it has a number of dates plotted along the bottom. If you wanted to know, though, for example, what the price was on the 18th of March, you can just move your cursor and it will give you the grey boxes along the bottom edge. The 18th of March, there you go. And then on the right hand side, it tells you that the price was 1571.80. If you want to go into more detail than that, again, use the time period drop down and you can change it to maybe every 1 hour. So if you wanted to know specifically what the price was at a certain time, you can do the same again. At 4 p.m. on the 23rd of March, the price was 2,112 and 10. You also have the feature to change the type of chart. So some people prefer the candlesticks, some people prefer the traditional line chart. I tend to use the area chart, but you can change it to your preferences. Following on from here, you have a number of advanced chart features that you can set up. These are more likely to be used by experienced traders and day traders. For our beginner tutorial, we won't go into any further detail on these settings here, but just so you know, This is not just an app for beginner traders wanting to make their first purchase. It's really comprehensive and a good solution for everyone, no matter what their level. Then moving to the right hand side, if you click on the I, Instrument Details, it will give you a number of useful features. First of all, the top right, you can set a price alert. So if you're interested in purchasing stock in Ocado Group, you can click here, set the price you want to be informed about. Let's say if it drops to 2150, then we would consider buying. You can set that up here. So set price alert. And then if that stock drops down to 2150, you're going to receive a message on the platform and you can decide whether you want to invest. You also have some other useful numbers in here. Today's stats will tell you the sale price, the buy price, the percentage change, and then the points movement for the day. Today's low, today's high. And then you can expand on this further. Percentage change for the day, for the week, the month, 3 months, 6 months, and a year. If you did need some additional information on what exchange it's traded on, the currency, etc., it's all available on this drop down. And then trading hours for that particular market. Again, this platform is very advanced with its charts, so if you do use the charts for investing or day trading, you can expand on it here. You'll find a lot of options that you can add in. Just confirm the details. A number of different variations available. As you can see, it's pretty advanced. I don't tend to use the charts, so I'm just going to remove these, and you can just go back into that screen to delete them off if you want to revert back to how you had it before. The next tab below is videos. If you click on this one, you have a number of videos here explaining different features of the app if you want to know more. And they also have a video tutorial or video course for charts and data, how to read the charts, which could be very useful for beginner traders. Then below this, we have news and analysis. If we click on this one, it's exactly what you would expect. They have daily analysis of different markets, of silver, of gold, etc. And you can work your way through that if it's something you invest in, crude oil, different currencies as well. And then the news tab. This is more for economic news. So GDP for Canada, crude oil, rather than specific companies. The financial calendar or the economic calendar below this, another useful feature. You can scroll through different dates and see what's due to be announced on those dates. And then notifications at the bottom. If you've made any orders, it will tell you in here. If you have any price alerts, you'll be notified here. So very straightforward. Then you can use this square at the bottom to change between your current holdings, your pending orders. If I had any, they would be showing here. And then any price alerts that you have set will be sat there as well. So if we go back to our portfolio, our open positions, and in here it will display the name of the product that you have under the title Instrument, so Walt Disney with their logo there, the quantity of shares that you hold under quantity, the current price, that's the price in dollars or in the currency that the stock is held, an indication of its movement for the day, so Walt Disney is down today. The market value, 3,762. For me, that's in pounds. That's in your base currency. You can see that I have 40 shares at $115 a share. That doesn't add up to 3,765, but it's obviously converted back to your base currency. Your result is your profit or loss so far on that investment. So Walt Disney is currently up 7.38 points now. You also have the result in percentage terms, and then you can customize any of this. If you click on the cog, you can add or remove. So if you don't need the market value in there, you can take it away. If you wanted to add the purchase date in, you can add that in there. It's fully customizable. And you can also drag and drop different areas of this depending on how you want it to view. Then at the bottom here, you have your account summary, so your live result, whether you're up or down on your investments, your free funds, available funds to trade, your cash balance essentially, portfolio amount. This is going to be the amount or the value of your investments converted back to pounds, remember, even if some of these are held in dollars, and then the account value overall. Remember, this is the practice account. But there's your summary. You can adjust this as well if you want to add or remove certain figures. You can do that in here. If you want to search for and buy shares in a particular company, you have a couple of options. You can use your watch list on the left-hand side, and you can find the product by looking in the US stocks or UK stocks or energy sector, whatever it might be, or you can use the quick search function. So we'll try using that. As soon as you click on the search function, it's going to give you a list of all the products that they have available, something like 2,500 of them. You can either drill down and search via stocks or ETFs, depending on what you want. Or, again, you can type in the ticker number or the name of the company here. So let's look for 3M as an example. There we go. You can add it to your watch list on the left-hand side. Or you can click on the company to drill down into more detail for more charts, more performance figures. From here, you then have the option to buy. So let's do that. And you have a number of options with trading 212. So let's say we want to buy 10 shares in 3M. We have the option for a market order, limit order, stop order, or stop limit. First of all, the market order, you can use the slider to move up to 10 shares. Although by the looks of it, it's letting you choose 0.06, for example, because they have the option of fractional shares for this one. So it's probably a little bit easier if you click on the figure and input 10 shares. It's indicating that it's going to cost you £1,264 for 10 shares by the time it's exchanged back to your base currency. And remember, this is a market order, so it gives you a little bit of an explanation below. Market orders are executed at the best current available market price. So the platform is just going to execute that trade at the best price it possibly can. It won't necessarily be, in fact, it probably won't be 155.86 or 84. It's going to be slightly different to that, but you're asking it to make it at the best possible price as quickly as it can. You then have limit orders. So again, you want 10 shares in 3M company. But then you can set the price. So let's say we don't want to pay more than 156. And then at the bottom, you have the option to set an expiration. So you can either have it for end of day. So that trade will, if it hasn't been executed, if the price is never met, if it cannot get you that trade under that limit, then it will expire at the end of the day. or if it's executed, or if you do G to C or good till cancelled, it will remain open the next day, the next day, the next day, etc., until you actually cancel it, or until that price is met and they execute it. You then have a stop order. So again, we've set our 10 shares and it says set a price above the current price that converts your order to a market order. So if we set a price of 157, for example, or any price, this price, 156.45, if the price reaches 156.45, then the app is going to immediately submit a market order. You're not going to get it for 156.45. It's just going to trigger the order at that point, and then they're going to try and get it at the best price possible for you. So again, you can select end of day or G to C, whichever you prefer. And then finally, a stop limit order. So the stop limit order, again, we have 10 shares selected. It says here, set a price above the current price that converts your order to a limit order this time. So the stop price is going to be the trigger point. So let's say 156. If the price at any point hits 156, then we want to buy. But let's say we don't want to pay more than 156.50 or 156.20. There you go. So if the price hits 150, you want to buy, but you don't want to pay more than 156.20. That's how you use that order type. You can then click on review order, make sure you're happy with the details and the fees, and then send the buy order. If you want to sell shares in a particular company, you can do that from your home screen here. So remember, this is your portfolio section at the bottom. So any of these companies that you want to sell in, let's say I want to sell my whole position in McDonald's. If you hover over McDonald's, click on sell, and it will bring up your sell options here. So again, you have the same options. Let's do a market order, sell 10 shares. So it's going to execute that order at the best price it can possibly get as quickly as it possibly can. Review order. The commission is free. Send the order. So that covers the interface plus how to buy and sell shares. Overall, I'm very impressed with Trading 212. They have a good number of products available, even on the basic invest account. They include the ISA account free of charge, which is something that other platforms actually charge you for. For the majority of people, it will be completely commission free. There aren't tons of add-ons and there aren't tons of in-app purchases, and it's a very powerful platform. So as your knowledge and your experience grows, you won't outgrow the app. I will 100% be using this app to invest in future, and no doubt I'll be posting more content as I explore it further. Thank you for watching. If you made it this far, don't forget to hit like and hit the subscribe button as well for more content, and I'll see you next time.